Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I want to just talk to you about how and why guilt and worry are useless emotions and why you shouldn't basically make those fester in your system more than you need to. So what is guilt? So guilt is basically remorse or deep regret caused by feeling responsible for some offence, and this affects your present moment because you're feeling guilty about something in the past and this is affecting you right now as you are. What is worry? Worry is something or someone that causes anxiety, and it's a feeling, it's a strong, deep concern. So you need to just be aware of the definitions for you to get the benefits of getting rid of these two feelings or emotions rather. So how do you get over guilt? Basically, the first really good strategy I've found is make a guilt list. Basically give points 1 to 10 and see if it makes any difference to your now and your presence, whether the score is 20 or 1,000. So say you've done you've got a huge score and you've got a small score. Does it change your presence by doing that? Do the points somehow miraculously eradicate your guilt levels? So just do that test. The number 2 point is keep a guilt journal, and then in this write down any moments precisely with who and when and why it occurs. Doing this will give you the insight into your levels of guilt and why you feel guilt for someone and what might be the subtle things that are causing the guilt, and you can notice these trends, and over time, because you'll be more aware of them, you'll be able to get rid of them so you won't feel as guilty as much in the future. The third point is begin to accept certain things about the way you are and see this as natural even though others may dislike you for it. So for instance, if you are pursuing your hobby or doing something that is that not everybody does, but you know it's still legal, etc., but your parents and your friends tell you off for it, then ignore those people, ignore the haters as they say, because they won't get you anywhere and they'll just delay your progress in whatever you do. So make sure you do that. So the fourth point is teach others in your life who attempt to manipulate you with guilt that you're perfectly capable of handling disappointment. So some people say you might have screwed up one of your exams, or maybe you've gone to school and you collected your kid maybe half an hour late and you get a telling off for it. You need to voice out your opinions, and you need to tell them that, look, I'm more than capable, don't worry, I'm very capable of handling this and this won't happen again, or something like that. So you stop them right there in their tracks before they carry on guilt tripping you further and further and further to the point where you beat yourself up every day. So yeah, so those are all the tips for managing your guilt and how to handle it and how to get rid of it. And now I want to move on to worry. So worry, as I mentioned, it's something or someone that causes anxiety, and it's a strong feeling of deep concern, and this really affects your present moment because, for instance, people worry usually about the future and oh, what am I going to be in 10 years time, and where will I be then, and how much will I be earning, and all that stuff. So here's the ways that you can get rid of your worries too now, and they're all practical. So firstly, begin to view your present moments as times to live than to obsess about the future. So view your present moments as times to live. So make each moment of your present count. By worrying, you're just literally stripping away, you're just killing yourself slowly, because you're thinking about the future and you're not doing anything about it, and therefore you stay how you are every day. because you're just worrying and worrying and worrying. The second point to this is give yourself designated or special shorter and shorter worry times. E.g. if you worry, for example, if you worry 2 hours every day and you're like paranoid about something, reduce that maybe to 30 minutes a day, or eventually wean yourself to 10 minutes or 20 minutes a day, and then eventually you'll get rid of the habit altogether, because like I mentioned earlier, it does absolutely nothing productive to your life. It doesn't change where you are, where you've been and where you're going to go. The third point is make a worry list. For instance, did the worry do anything productive for you? So maybe write a list from all the worries and you've had last week, last month, last year. Write them all down on a list. Maybe you'll have 100 or 200 or 500 or 1,000 maybe, and just ask yourself, when I worried on these 500 occasions, did it change anything? So why the hell am I worrying? What's the point of worrying? So you'll have that realization as soon as you've done this activity, that worry is honestly the most pointless thing you can possibly do. The fourth tip is ask yourself, what's the worst that could happen to me? So this eradicates worry basically, because then you're putting things into perspective and you're asking yourself, I'm worrying, but maybe, you know, the worst that can happen is, for instance, I might lose my job. That, you know, you're not going to die from your worries unless you live in a state of worrying 24/7, which essentially you don't exist. But you need to ask yourself, what is the worst thing that can happen to me? And when it's something like death, then okay, you can justify it. But when it's things like trivial things, maybe like everyday things that you can change, that you have power to change and improve on, then you need to know that worry is just there stroking your emotions and, you know, firing you up when you don't need to be fired up. And the last point is begin to face your fears. Do this with practical strategies. For instance, breaking down long goals. I've done videos on this, so check them out. Tasks, breaking down goals and tasks. Journaling, again, I've done gratitude journaling video, also check that out. So these types of strategies will help you in the long run, but you need to make them into a habit, into a routine, and by doing it maybe 10 minutes a day, 5 minutes a day, 2 minutes a day rather, you'll eventually get the hang of it, and they will all help you get rid of worry. So I hope this video has helped you see why guilt and worry are the most ridiculous things to do, and why you shouldn't be doing them, and how to practically handle these two emotions. So guys, don't waste your precious moments. Take care of yourselves, of others, and also of your future, and especially your present moment, because those are the things that are within your control right now. So thank you for watching, guys. I hope this video has helped. Like, comment, subscribe, and yeah, that's it for today. I'll be uploading some more videos soon, so thank you for watching and take care. Bye.